This is Philippians chapter 2, verse 15. The NLT translation. The NLT translation. So that no one can criticize you, live clean, innocent lives as children of Yahweh while Yahushua, shining like bright light in the world filled of corrupt and perverse people. I'd like to give all prayers and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakah Kurash, the Wada Yabashim Yahushua for giving us the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who deserve double honors, rightfully so. Shalom to the Akim, pushing the word in sincerity and in truth, and being faith-based and being prepared for what is to come. And what is to come? Race wars, famine, concentration camps, the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, 200 million missiles hitting the soils of America. Simultaneously, the chariots of the Lord lift up the hopeful elect into the chambers. Simultaneously, the chariots of the Lord shooting laser beams at the ungodly and the heathens. Rightfully so. Hey, Albaratazar, the Lord took the course of this video. Just a vessel seeking salvation out of this filthy place, spiritually known as Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, Babylon, and all the other filthy customs that have taken upon it. Right now, the time is 9:26 a.m. in the morning, 2025, the hopeful year. 9 a.m. in the morning, Saturday, August 23rd, 2025. 2025, the hopeful year of our deliverance and destruction and judgment on our Joshua. Yeah, we down the home stretch, halfway through this year, seeking salvation. And the only way we're gonna do that, the first step of this thing is to go through the ringer, which is learning these scriptures, learning all the things you have done wrong, and repenting. So those are the first steps of obtaining salvation and believing in Yahweh Shem Shah. That goes saying with it all. So I read that verse in the NLT just to clarify it up a little bit. I read a few. I went up to the first. I went to the top of this chapter, and the headline reads for this chapter. The headline reads for Philippians chapter 2. It says, "Be like Yahweh Shah Mashiach." Be like Yahweh Shah Mashiach. And that's our job, to be like Yahweh Shah. Do like Paul said, be ye followers of me as I'm followers of Yahweh Shah. Right? Let's get that real quick. Be like me as I am like Mashiach. Mashiach Salaki. Saying Hebrew Salaki. Alright, hold on, let's go back. Be like me as I'm like Christ. Bible verse, King James Version. Let's be followers of me. Yeah, here it go. And that's our duty as men, to follow Yahweh Shah. Let's see what other verses come to this. So let's read this first one. It says, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as also I am of a Mashiach, Yahweh Shah. We might as well add Yahweh Shah there, because he's the anointed one. He's the Mashiach. Okay? We gotta follow Yahweh Shah. And we gotta be clean. Even though Yahweh Shah came down here and he never sinned, but he was taking on the sins of a nation, of a batch of people on the earth. And that's something to consider, something to keep in mind. That if you are a Yasha'Allah, an Israelite, right? I say it like that because people that are Israelites got problem with Israelites. Can you imagine the time of the book of Maccabees? I was always thinking about the chapter book of second book of Maccabees, how we had individuals that was Israelites that knew they knew they had the custom. They uncircumcised themselves. They put the foreskin back on. It was. Can you imagine knowing and then going back? But these people nowadays, they don't know, or they maybe have been in it, in this wonderful thing of ours, and went back into the world. Now there's no cloak for their sins. And it's something to consider us men that's in this thing, because we have seen these things occur. I think about it every day, bro. And the only thing that comforts me, that keeps me grounded and rooted, is these words in this book. And being a follower of the Lamb. And in order for me to follow suit, it have to be, because he's not here. I don't see him. I don't see Yahushua. I hear him through his men. And I want to be one of those men that some lost soul out there, some lost sheep hears me. And he hears the calling of Yahushua. So it says, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. Be ye followers of me. That's what Paul said. Be ye followers of me. Even as also I am follower, even as also am I of Yahushua Mashiach. And that's what we have to do. We have to, we have to follow this. And we got the greatest men right now in front of us who is standing stiffly. I want you to take note of that. Put that in your mental Rolodex. Who is standing stiffly, didn't waver, didn't change because somebody said something about the grape situation. Or somebody said that they want to date young women. They didn't waver, they didn't budge. Now, for example, okay, let's give a little example of that. I'm always seeing some older, let me go this way. I'm always seeing young women with older men that are worldly. They out there. They all chilling with the older dude. Why they chilling with the older dude? Because he got money. And we see these things. Like, oh, look at OG with the young thing. You know what I'm saying? And we see it even worse when you see a young woman with a real old man. You know why? Because she's in his pockets. They're always pushing the goalposts. They don't want you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans to populate the galaxy. We're going to populate the galaxy, baby. We're going to start at the headquarters, which is the Earth, but we're going to populate the galaxies, man. They don't want you making babies, man. They don't want you making babies. They're about genocide. There's something going on somewhere, and people are depopulating the people. They got coffins that are flat. They're not, how you make coffins, they look fancy, they got the little, like a house and shit. These coffins they flat. It means you can lay shit on top of each other. They about to get it in. Don't look at me like I'm doing it, because I ain't doing it. I'm just reading the Bible. Okay? And that's what they don't want. They don't want us to reveal this truth. And the Wadi Yabashim Al-Shah for giving us the apostles and the elders who stood firmly. And we got to keep in mind that there's no new thing under the sun. Reincarnation exists. We have to keep this in mind. We have to make mental note of this, because there's the apostles that of old are the prophets that are today. They're not everybody falls in their lot. That's why it makes logical sense that that Nero is Donald Trump. Nero really ran a number on us back in the ancient times, man. On you Israelites. And it's so crazy that spiritually these people don't want to go through it again. Physically, they going against the situation, but they spirit know they're wrong. But hey, know they're saying, you can hear a woman saying, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Just thinking about somebody who just always say that shit to me. I don't care, I don't care. What the fuck you mean? This ain't the time to not care. This is time to repent. That's what this time is for. It's made to repent. Alright? Salakia. It said, the headline reads for this chapter, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, Christian order. Christian order. Alright? Hamashiachite orders. Okay? From Yahushua. The Mashiach. Okay? It says, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of a Mashiach, Yahushua. Alright? That's what we're supposed to be doing, following Yahushua. Let's see something real fast. You know what I'm saying? And ye should, this is the NLT, right? It says, and ye should imitate me just like I imitate Yahushua. We have to follow suit, a Hamashiach order. Our job is to keep pushing this ministry, you know, to the best of your ability. If you do it to the best of your ability, you're bound to get rewarded. He said he would not forget your labor of love, man. You got to clear. It's a clear indication. Priest Shimon said this. How he worded it? He said, you know, if you if you keep doing a video, you keep putting up videos, your learning skill is gonna go up. You're gonna always be learned. You're gonna always learn something. You're gonna always the scriptures are always gonna be fresh in your mind. So this is the things you got to think about. These are things you got to consider. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2. Now I pray you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinance as I delivered them to you. And that's what we do. We're keeping the ordinance how our apostles have delivered these things to us. Our apostles of Great Millstone. Right? Go to the word ordinance real fast. You trust me, I believe. Let's see something here. This is the word ordinance.
Strong's G 3862. Paradosis. Paradosis.
Paradosis. This ordinance, right? Let me make sure. Yeah. Paradosis. Giving up, giving over, the act of giving up, the surrender of citizen, the surrender of city, given over, which is done by words of mouth or in writing, i.e. tradition by instruction, narrative, precept, etc. Let's read the next one. Objectively, that which is delivered to sustain of teaching. The substance of teaching. Hold on. The substance, and that's what we're doing. We out here teaching. We are the ordinance of the body of precepts, ritual, which is an option of. Hold on, let's get this. Let's go and do it this way. Open up. I'm gonna botch that. So let me make this easy for myself. But we're not ashamed. We know we fucked up in this world. This is why we make a do of our calling. And individual ain't gonna like it. Where the hell are you? Oh, I got it in here. It's locked. Oh, you know what? Doing it wrong. Let's go back here. Let's do it this way. Just want to get this last part out.
Of the body of precepts, especially ritual, which in the opinion of the later Jews were orally delivered by Moses and orally transmitted in unbroken succession to subsequent generations, which precepts, both illustrating and expanding the written law, as they did, were to be obeyed with equal reverence.
That's what we do. That's the main part. That we the unbroken succession, subsequently, which precept. So like, I gotta read it again. Come on, man. Let's go. That's the body, a body of precepts. And we do bring out these precepts. We are all the ordinance. And we're not ashamed of this, man. We're doing what's right.
Of the body of precepts, especially ritual, which in the opinion of the later Jews were orally delivered by Moses and orally transmitted in unbroken succession to subsequent generations, which precepts, both illustrating and expanding the written law, as they did, were to be obeyed with equal reverence.
Orally given. And that's what we're doing. We orally giving these scriptures out there on the highways and hedges, prophesying the downfall of this place. Shalakia. That's what we are, the ordinance. First Corinthians chapter 11, verse 2. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me. We have to remember our apostles. We have to remember the men of the ancient too. That's why we back in the scriptures. And keep the ordinance as I delivered them to you. And our apostles have delivered these words to us. They went out there, they still doing it, bro. So when all hell is breaking loose, you ain't gonna say you didn't get it. You ain't gonna say you wasn't warned of what is to come. You're not. But it's like let me go back. I'm gonna go back to Philippians. All right, so we have a job to do, and our job is to follow Yahweh Shemel Shah until he returns. We gotta follow Yahweh Shemel Shah until he returns. And when he comes back, he's gonna know you. And if he don't know you, I don't know. I'm praying he know me. Oh, that's what I'm saying, Lord. The Wadi Yahweh Shemel Shah for waking me up. Everything is Yahweh Shemel Shah. I want to start up the top. Just to read some of this down. I'm going to read it all the way down to where I can get to the point. The point was 15. So I'm going to read some of this. This is Philippians chapter 2, verse 1. The headline reads, "Be like Hamashiach Yahushua. If there be therefore any consolation in Hamashiach, if any comfort of love, if any fellowship of spirit, if any bowel of mercy," and that's Salaki. I want to see that word consolation, any encouragement. Let's see something real fast. I went into that a second ago. Yeah, the NLT says, if is there any encouragement from belonging to Mashiach, any comfort from his love, any fellowship together in spirit? Are your hearts tender and compassionate? Yeah. Is there? Are you loving the flock? Are you tender to Yabashim al-Shah flock? That's where your passion is at. That's where you're compassionate at. That's where you fellowshipping. That's where you know. We're peaceful people. Because we are righteous and we are seeking judgment at all costs. Even when we off, we don't want to be vain. The 2/3, they fucked up in the game, but they're gonna come back and be right. They're gonna get hit with that missile first. A couple of missiles, couple of concentration camps. You know, a couple of famines. We'll get a couple of things, man. And this is what we hoping that we can get mercy from Yahweh Shemel Shah from. This is why we doing this, man. We're not doing this for our vain glory. We ain't gaining. Yo, listen, in this world we ain't gaining nothing. We out here, oh, you just talking about the Bible. All right. But wait, when you was up in the church, you was talking about Jesus. Did he benefit you anything? No. We gained something. We gained a clear sense of clarity, sense of hope. We're not left in despair. He told us that. He said,